Hey there, Carrie here from Easy Recipe Depot, and I am so excited that you have signed up for our Easy Recipe Depot meal planning app. This thing is going to be a game changer in your life, helping you to get dinner on the table faster and easier and healthier for you and your family. But before we get started on a quick tutorial on how the whole thing works, I just want to give you one word of encouragement. Anytime you're embarking on a new journey like this, or where you're trying something new like an app, it's going to be a new habit for you to form. And creating new habits, it takes time, it takes energy. And so I want you to just give yourself a good 4 to 6 weeks. Just decide right now, I'm going to try this for 4 to 6 weeks and see how it works for me and for my family. And just give it a shot. If you try it for just a day or two, you might be like, oh, I don't know. But habits take time to form. And I think once you really get into this, you are going to love it. So now that you have gotten started, you have signed up, you've gone through the onboarding process, you've chosen your preferences for what kind of foods you like. And now here you are at your meal plan and looking at the week. Once you have submitted all those things, the app does its magic and it puts together the meal plans for you for this week and next week. So here you can see in front of you, we've got 7 days of dinners. That's what I'm showing in my plan. It's got typically a side dish and a main dish, but here's how it looks. And then at any time, if you're like, you know what, I don't like zucchini or I don't want zucchini, it's as easy as just, clicking the X on the menu and it'll remove it from your menu plan. And let's say maybe you don't want beef and vegetable stew. Maybe that's not really your thing either. You can remove that as well. Anytime you make a change to your menu, make sure you always click on this button on the upper right that says Save Plan, and it'll tell you menu saved successfully. Always click on that for your changes to take place. But now let's say you want to add something back in this place. And for Friday night, maybe what you're craving is like a lasagna. So you'll see I clicked on this plus, or you can click on this where it says add. And then here I've got a search screen. And this gives you access to the full 1,600 different menus. So no matter which diet you may have picked from the beginning, this search is going to allow you to search our entire database. So you can look for different little symbols, or if you have a specific dietary need, you can pick it from here as part of your search recipes. But I'm just going to put in that I want lasagna because that sounds good, doesn't it? And I'm going to search recipes and I'm going to pick this easy keto lasagna casserole. I click add. It's now added it to my menu plan. And now I'm going to click save so that I make sure it saves. Okay, so now let's say I'm going to make this easy keto lasagna casserole. I click on this little icon here, and it's going to pull up the recipe for it. And I can see that it's going to take a cook time of about 45 minutes, prep time of about 10 minutes, and it's going to serve about 6 people. So I know I can make it smaller or larger. I can change it if I want by manually just making those adjustments in my head. Let me move myself over here, speaking in my head. But here I can see here are all the ingredients I'm going to need. Here are the instructions. Here's all of the nutritional information for this recipe. I can also choose to save this recipe as a PDF. And that way, if I want to look at it offline, because I know sometimes there are people who don't want an electronic device in their kitchen. They're worried about spilling on it or some other reason. You can save it as a PDF and print it to do it that way. So now let me move my head over here a second. Now, let's say I loved this keto lasagna casserole and I want to be able to make it another time. I can click on this heart, and that heart marks it as one of my favorites. That means it'll be easier for me to find the next time around. So let's say I go forward to next week, and let's say instead of bok choy and mushroom stir fry, I want to have lasagna again on Friday, because who's to judge? If you want lasagna 2 weeks in a row, you go ahead and do it. So I click the plus. And then if I go to my favorite recipes and scroll down, I will see it's already here in my favorites. So I just click add, and then there it is. And I click save plan. So now a couple other things to show you. Are these menu items here on your left? The second item here is called your shopping list. And what it does is it takes all 7 of those days and all the things that you need for those meals, and it puts it into the various shopping categories for you. So you can take this app on your phone or a tablet right to the store, and you can see that you're going to need 4 tablespoons of orange juice. You're going to need water. You're going to need coconut cream, coconut sugar, pureed pumpkin, vegetable broth. You can see all the things. As you're going through and shopping, you can cross things off. Or let's say you already know you have mozzarella cheese in your refrigerator. You can go ahead and cross it off so that you already know that you have it. Likewise, at the very bottom, you can see there's a spot for additional items. So let's say I know I'm also going to need 2 gallons of milk. I can type in milk here. I can change this to 2, and then I'm going to say gallons, and I add it. And now I've got 2 gallons of milk on my list too. Now, if you're not someone who wants to bring your phone or your tablet, you can also save your shopping list as a PDF and then print it out to take with you. The third item down here is your Prep Ahead guide. And you guys, this is where the magic really happens for an app like this. What it does is allows you to choose to have a power hour or 2 where you do all your meal prep for the week. And we've figured out all the steps for you. So it shows you for this Prep Ahead guide, here are the ingredients you need to take out for this week's recipes. You can label your storage bags or jars or whatever you're going to do with the labels of the things that you're going to make. And then this actually goes through step by step of what you need to do to prep ahead. And if you spend like maybe just a couple hours on a Sunday afternoon or maybe a Monday night, you can prep everything you need for that entire week's worth of menus. And as you go down, and let's say you've done the peeling and chopping of onions, you've placed them in the zip top bag or a glass jar, then you can just check it off once you've done that step. But it shows you you're going to need these chopped onions for that easy keto lasagna casserole, as well as these creamy sauteed Brussels sprouts and potatoes. So you can go back and look at those specific recipes to see the specific quantities of onions that you'll need for those. But then you go ahead and just check it off when you're done. But again, as with the other step, you could also save it as a PDF if you're a person who'd like to go down the list and just cross it off, but it's also designed that you can do it all directly here in the app. So that gives you a good overview of what you can expect. A couple other things to keep in mind are just because we've set you out with 7 days worth of recipes, let's say you know Wednesday nights are a busy night for you and you always want to do leftovers that night. You can just X out and leave that night blank. That's not a big deal at all. You also can always save your entire meal plan as a PDF and print that out in its entirety. So I think that just about covers everything. Let me check my notes here. Don't forget, again, always save your meal plan after you've made changes to it. If you have any questions at any time, we are here to help and standing by ready to help you. You can reach out to us at support@easyrecipedepot.com. And of course, check your inbox the next couple days as we'll be sending you a couple free gifts as well as some additional tutorial videos to help you get started on the right foot with the Easy Recipe Depot meal planning app. Thank you for joining us, and we are so glad you're here. Have a great day.